first time ever going live on my phone. And I figured let me go live right now since I have time. Let's see how many people pop up in here while I wait for my flight to head back home. Let's see how many people pop up in here. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Let's see, what's going on, everybody? This is a very impromptu live. Y'all know I would never go live this early or in this format. But like I said, I'm currently waiting on my flight. My flight doesn't leave until like over an hour from now. So I have plenty of time right now. Okay, cool. Y'all can hear me. Good. You said a concerned black citizen, how was my trip? My trip was fun. I had a really good time. at my homecoming. Saw a lot of people that I hadn't seen in years. It was good catching up and talking to or seeing a whole bunch of people that I had not seen. Some I haven't seen since I graduated. And mind you, I graduated back in 2011. So you're talking about 12 years since the last time I seen some of these people. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? Tony 45, thank you for safe travels. Thanks for the safe travels. I appreciate it. Ricky said I graduated in 94. I was 5 in 94. I didn't know what a graduation was in 94. Of course, y'all can tell I'm in the airport because y'all can hear the little sound system. What's going on, JKH? Savion. Salute to everybody. Y'all know, like I said, y'all know I never go live this early. Gloria said those glasses are fly. I appreciate it. Thank you. Had them for about 2 weeks now, I believe. I'm pretty much adjusting to them. I'm starting to like them. They are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Tony said dropped out in 86 and got the GED in 96. At least you went back. At least you completed it. At least you figure you finished what you started. So, there's that. $25 the mouse trap said I have 2 questions. First, is this channel supporting Trump? No, this channel does not support Trump. And it says 2, why is your friend Ricky Mann is starting to sell out on blacks like Officer Tatum? Well, you have to ask Ricky that question, and he happens to be in the chat right now. And this is not a channel that supports Trump. I don't know why people think that. First off, I'm unaffiliated. I've said that plenty of times on my channel. I'm unaffiliated. I have no allegiance to either side. So you can't use that, oh, does this channel support Trump, on me? You need to go take that somewhere else. Because I support neither party. What's going on, Shatira and Joseph? Yes, I did enjoy my homecoming. I really enjoyed it. Let me tell you something right now. The bounce back isn't as easy as it used to be. Now, when I was in my early 20s and late teens, I could bounce back like completely. I told people on my channel, on my Facebook page, that when I get back, my trainer, you have permission to destroy me this week. When I get back in that gym tomorrow, you have all my permission to destroy me when I get back in that gym on tomorrow. which is a good thing that I'm leaving so early to go back home instead of leaving later, even though the flight is shorter, because from South Carolina to DC is like a little over an hour. As a matter of fact, when I was coming down here, I barely was able to shut my eyes before they said, we're about to land. Turn off all electronic devices or put them in airplane mode. I was like, wow, I feel like we just got in the air. But I'll catch all my rest today, and I'll be ready to go tomorrow. Thanks for timing out 25 Mousetrap to my mods. Ricky said, what part of South Carolina? Columbia. I went to Benedict College. I'm sure you're familiar with it because you live in South Carolina too. But yeah, I went to Benedict College, which is an HBCU. And let me tell you right now, this was one of the best homecomings I've been to in a long time. Because I've only been to 4. This is my 4th one as an alumni. The first one I went to was the year that I graduated. It was my first alumni graduation back in 2011. Then I went to one in 2017. Then in 2019, and then this one this year. Ricky said you was at Benedict for 2 semesters. Okay, so you are familiar with it. At least you were there. You just didn't graduate from there. Teacher said I was in Charleston, South Carolina from Tuesday to Friday for work. Okay, cool. I'm definitely familiar with Charleston. I'm familiar with various cities, mainly because my mother's from here. Of course, I went to school here. And then a lot of the people that I went to school with who are from here are from various cities in the state. But I'm definitely familiar with Charleston. I said Charleston has that effect where, like, it's sort of like with Baltimore, and I'm explaining what I mean by that. A lot of people think that the capital of Maryland is Baltimore. It used to be before it became Annapolis. And a lot of people think Charleston is the capital of South Carolina when it's actually Columbia, because those are the cities that you typically hear a lot about. B, want to salute to you, Nightfall. He says, sorry, just got in. He said, where you hit? I am headed home. I actually was in South Carolina for my homecoming. I left on Thursday, and I'm leaving out today. I'm in the airport right now, but my flight doesn't leave until 10:20. But I said I had some time. Let me go ahead and just do an impromptu live, because I wasn't able to really engage with y'all like that, because this weekend clearly I was wrapped up with homecoming activities. Breeza makes it. I graduated from Coppin State University in Baltimore. I'm familiar with Coppin State. I'm familiar with Coppin, because I believe Maryland only has 4 HBCUs: Coppin, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, Bowie, and Morgan. And it's crazy because Howard's homecoming is the same weekend as ours. So, you know, theirs was going on at the same time. And I almost went to Howard. I almost applied to Howard, but I decided not to, because I said I wanted to go to a school that was away from home. And of course, Howard is nothing but a hop, skip, jump, run away from me. So I just wanted to be in a position where I could be away from home. Appreciate the safe travels, Virgo. What's good, DeMarcus? Ricky said, if I had known you, I would have caught up with you for seafood. Listen, even if you didn't know I was here, I probably wouldn't have had time, because like I said, I was like all over the place. Like I was constantly on the move. Like the only time I really had time to rest was on the day that I came here, which was which was on Thursday. But from Friday and yesterday, I was constantly on the move. This is probably the most I've sat down in one spot since Thursday. Like, honestly. Exactly. Like Ricky said, smash the like button. DeMarcus says, how do you feel about Norfolk State University and Hampton University? I wouldn't know. I've never been to either one of their campuses. But I know Hampton and Howard always have this ongoing beef of who's the real HU. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I didn't have to go to either school to know this. We all know that the real HU is Howard. But like I said, it's always been an ongoing debate between the two of them of who the real HU is. Exactly, Breeze. Your homecoming definitely has you moving. And I always tell people homecoming at an HBCU hits a lot different. I always tell people if you've never been to a homecoming at an HBCU, you don't know what you're missing. As a matter of fact, somebody who I guess I don't know if they attend the school or not, they had a drone do aerial shots of where the stadium is, where the football team plays at, and all the tailgates and all the cars. It was packed out there. I think they clocked in at about 10,000 plus people at the homecoming this year. That's a lot of people for an HBCU. You're talking about a combination of current students and alumni. That's a lot. Ricky said, are you a Q? No, I am not a part of any fraternity. I'm not a part of a fraternity. We currently got 75 people in here. Let's see if we can get it to 100. That would be dope to have over 100 people in here at 8:45 in the morning on a Sunday. This early too. That's why I'm actually shocked there's many people in here right now. But I said if I don't go live now, I won't go live at all today anyway. DeMarcus says, are you, no, I'm not. And even if I was, I would not answer that publicly on here. I will say that I know a few personally. I won't say who they are, but no, I'm not one of those either. I'm what you call a GDI. I want someone to put it in the chat. What do they think a GDI stands for? Joseph said, I almost went on to join a fraternity just to step, but backed out. Yeah, I can tell you it's definitely more to it than stepping. No, Nightfall Drop. I'm not originally from South Carolina. I'm from Maryland, but I went to school in South Carolina.
Attention in the terminal. You just came to the TSA checkpoint. Please check your property and wear sunglasses. Left the TSA checkpoint.
And speaking of the airport that I'm in right now, which is the Columbia Airport, it's one of the least busiest airports I've ever been in. And I've been to a few airports. This one is the least busiest one. Hope PMTO said Gangster Discipline International. No, GDI stands for Goddamn Independent. But this airport is really empty. I was able to get through very fast, opposed to coming here from home. It was a hectic because there was a lot of people. But this airport is it's small, and it's like real empty in here. Like I'm literally the only person sitting at these tables that I'm at right now. Like look at this. That's how empty it is in here. And that's my gate over there. See how empty it is? Ricky said Columbia Airport is only busy on Mondays. Well, it's a good thing I'm not traveling out on a Monday. Breeze Omega said I'm preparing my Sunday dinner. Sounds nice. Joseph said he goes to the airport in the morning. And that's the crazy part, like I said, I could be traveling out of Reagan, which is the airport closest to me, at the same time, and it would be so busy. But then again, also it probably has something to do with it being Sunday as well. But then again, like I said, this is a small airport. They don't get a lot of flights. This was actually a discussion I was having with my Uber driver when I landed. And she said that this airport doesn't get a lot of travelers. Because what a lot of people tend to do is they go and they fly into Charlotte and then they drive in. Because they said it tends to be cheaper that way. But I had thought about doing that. But I was like, do I really want to fly into Charlotte and then take that hour drive from there to Columbia. I was like, I don't think so. And I definitely was going to fly down because who's driving 8.5 hours from Maryland to South Carolina is about 8 hours. Then it's like another 30 to 45 minutes to get from the state line of South Carolina to Columbia. I wasn't about to do that. Patrice said, good morning, I'm about to get off. You mean you're about to get off work? You work the midnight shift, the graveyard shift? Gene Harvey says, safe travels, I appreciate it. But it is another reason I want to get on here, other than just like letting y'all know, like updating y'all with me and everything like that with my travels and whatnot. Because I was going to post a short. I was actually preparing to post it. It was going to be posted today after my premiere video, which, by the way, I hope that everybody has their notifications and reminders turned on for the collab video that me and Kid Gravity did. We recorded it last week. I forgot which day. But I told him I would put it up on Sunday, where we going to talk about Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock going at it. We got a lot to say about that. And that video is going to be like an hour. You know, usually an hour long. You know, typically our collab videos tend to be about that time length. But I was going to post a short video. Appreciate it, Breeze. I was going to post a short video talking about these new discoveries that they've made pertaining to George Floyd, because I had seen so many posts about it, a lot from these, as I like to call these, black conservatives, in the most recent one posted from Tucker Carlson on Fox. Well, I can't say Fox News because he's not on there anymore, on X, formerly known as Twitter. And I said, to me, they basically trying to say that, you know, they're trying to use the whole fentanyl thing again. Like they've been harping on that for like the last 3 years now, and they're still harping on it. It's really not a new discovery. It's something that they're pushing out there to try to make it seem like it's a new discovery, as if we didn't all see the same video everyone else saw hundreds, maybe millions of times over. But really, what I think what it boils down for me is two things. One, they're still upset that Derek Chauvin got that many years in prison. I think they're still upset. As a matter of fact, I know they are, because, you know, in this system we live in, that's not supposed to happen. And he got a lot of years. So I think they're still upset about that. But the new one is the money. As y'all know, George Floyd's family got a lot of money in that settlement. They got a lot of money in that settlement. And one thing that I've seen consistently with people talking about this so-called new discovery, or saying that it was a lie and a cover-up and all this other stuff, is them saying they need to take the money back and give it back to Derek Chauvin, or give it to Derek Chauvin, or give it back to Derek Chauvin like Derek Chauvin paid this money. That money didn't come from him. Like, that was a huge settlement that they received, especially his daughter. They are very upset about that. Remember what I always tell y'all, who's the most pocket-watched people? If y'all don't believe me, go look at some of these videos. They're gonna talk. They constantly bring that up. Is that about that money, or saying something that Derek Chauvin needs to be free and all these other stuff? I'm like, they had a jury trial. They found him guilty on what he was supposed to be found guilty of. They're not getting that money, or he's not getting anything, for that matter. But like I said, that was something that consistently came up, was the money thing. Because so many people tagged me in a bunch of stuff saying, Torian, have you seen this? Torian, have you seen this? What they said about this and what they said about that. I had already seen it. I think Tucker posted a like 14-minute video on his X account talking about it, a whole bunch of nonsense. And I'm like, he's the last person to talk about anything, because you cost the network you used to be on, they used to pay you handsomely. Millions, probably billions of dollars with the lies you spewed. I mean, you spewed lies all the time, but these went overboard. It's gonna take them a while to pay a lot of that stuff off. But yeah, that for me is what it boils down to. One, because the obvious, he got found guilty, convicted, and sentenced all those years, because they just thought for sure he was going to get off. That's why they have to keep harping on this whole fentanyl thing. They want so bad for that to be a thing. Shout out to Ricky Manna for the $10 super chat. He said, sharing my butter biscuits with you. I appreciate the super chat. But yeah, like I said, they keep bringing up the money aspect, saying that they need to get the money back. I'm like, let's hypothetically say they did get the money back. It wouldn't go to him because he didn't pay it. That came from the state. So you want to give the state back their money? I guess. Gene said, did I hear about Farrakhan suing? Yes. Yes, I did hear about that. And you know what? It's about time. It is about time. And I said the timing is very interesting too. I'm not going to say it on here. But when you think about what's going on currently, I think that's very interesting. And one other thing, to not go off subject, but to go back to my travels. One thing I did not know is that the state of South Carolina, if you rent a car, well, for me, I rented through Enterprise. If you rent a car from an Enterprise location that is not attached to the airport, you cannot rent the car as a person with an out-of-state license without a credit card. So I tried to do it on my debit card. I was like, I've never heard of a policy like this before. I've traveled to so many states. I've traveled, and was able to put it on my debit card with no problem. But then I get here and it says, oh, you have if you are an out of town, if you live out of state, you have to basically have your card attached. Well, you have to have a credit card, not a debit card. So that was kind of almost an issue right there. But I got it taken care of because I was able to call the car rental place, the Enterprise, that was attached to the airport. I had to wait a little bit for returning cars to come in so I can have a car, and everything just worked out. But I never knew of that policy, but I know now. I don't know why all these trolls want to come in here this early in the morning. High Kicks TT says, yeah, let's go. Appreciate it. Shout out to the person who does my hair and has been doing it consistently since 2017. Arlene said U-Hauls are changing to having to have a credit card. So basically to rent a U-Haul truck, you have to have a credit card on file. But the crazy thing is a lot of people don't have credit cards. except for emergencies, of course. But I guess. DeMarcus says, how do you feel about Jesse Jackson? I don't have a feeling about him. If that answers your question. But yeah. Nightfall Draw says, speaking of, what is your next fitness goal? Well, I told my trainer that, I'm actually going on a trip next year, a vacation, so to speak. And I said I wanted my body to be really toned. And she asked me, when was it the trip? And I told her when. She said, oh, we'll have plenty of time. She said, just make sure that, we're going to increase your cardio, make sure your diet is in place, and the lifting. Once those are all intact, we're going to be good to go. But she said I have plenty of time. Even if we start in January into the time that I go on my trip, that's going to be plenty of time, because it's not like I have to do much. And it's interesting that you brought that up, because that's one thing that a lot of the people that I saw in my homecoming noticed. They was like, whoa, look at you. They said, you got all swollen everything, compared to the last time they saw me. Because like I said, some of them haven't seen me since I graduated. And at that time, I was kind of skinny, not frail, rail skinny, but not the size that I am now. And they could see it. And one thing my trainer always told me is that people will notice your change before you do, because you live in that body, so you see yourself every day. But them, on the other hand, they don't see you every day, so they'll notice it. And I got so many compliments. They was like, wow, you, like, physically you look good. VTLB said, I look swollen. I'm trying to downgrade to look swole. I just have to tell you what my trainer tells me. Just make sure that your diet is good. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, which I'm definitely going to be drinking like nothing but this week, because I'm going to tell you right now, the bad habits I got into this weekend, the water intake was very minimal. I'm just being honest with y'all. The food I ate was not the best. I mean, it was good, but I mean, it was not the best for me, for my goals. But when you're traveling like that, you just got to like live a little. When you're at home, your food is more structured. Your diet is on point. I only went to the gym one time because it was a Planet Fitness, like literally right around the corner from the hotel I was at. So I lucked up in that aspect, but I only went one time. But I did 5 miles on the bike. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all saw me posted up there. I did 5 miles with the 5 level resistance. Watner said, Shalom Taurean, been a minute. What city would you live in if you left the DMV? That's a good question. That's not actually something that I've thought of, to be quite honest. I don't think I've traveled too many places where I could say I could see myself living here if I moved out of state. You have a blessed day too, Arlene. I'm gonna probably be on here for like maybe 2 more minutes. I'm gonna take it to the 30-minute mark, and then I'm gonna hop off because I need to have my phone charged, and it's at like 50%. But like I said, I had wanted to come on here and just like chop it up with y'all for a little bit while I had the time. JK says, Taurean Random, did you watch the new Saw, and will you be reviewing? I haven't seen it yet, and if I do, I'll have a method of watching it. I'll leave it like that. But I haven't watched it yet, and if I do watch it, I may or may not review it, because when I do movie reviews, I like them to come out the same weekend that the movie does. I'll put it like this. There is one more movie I will be reviewing for the month, and y'all will get that on Sunday. Not today, but the following Sunday, because the movie comes out this Thursday. If I was RB1 and Taurean, check out the $40 million slaves when you get a chance. Cool. Tildo says, what do you think of the Twisted Metal series? I haven't seen it. Dope game. Classic game. but I haven't watched the show. I'm kind of iffy about the show. Gene said the new Pet Cemetery is good. I heard it is. I've heard it from people who review movies and shows. They said that new Pet Cemetery was horrible. Teacher says, have a safe trip home. Well, I appreciate it. I got about 40 something more minutes before they start letting us board, because we don't board until 9:53. Reason makes says, B1, stay safe on your trip back home. Appreciate it. Yo, no problem. I'm glad I was able to do. I need to do more of these, like just regular pop-up lives, if I'm not at home, because I can always do the impromptu lives when I'm at home, but those are usually for a more structured stream. Like y'all will be getting one tomorrow, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, but y'all will see the window for it later on today. All right, y'all, I'm about to get off of this. I can charge my phone a little bit. I had to charge my Apple Watch because the USB port in the hotel wasn't working and that thing was dead. So I'm about to hop off of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your, weekend. Like I said, make sure to have your notifications on for the 5 p.m. premiere video that we're doing on Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith, the collab that me and Kid Gravity are doing. Make sure you also subscribe to Kid Gravity's channel as well. I have his link pinned to the top of the comment section. And we will be back at it, like we never left tomorrow. Be safe and be one.